whipped out a video of my son right here.
This is ridiculous. I have had enough of this man. He keeps saying Jake's threatening him. He's walking into Jake.
Can you lower your voice, ma'am?
No, I fucking won't. Get my grandchildren off of your phone.
The only person on my phone's the dumbass that just walked away like an idiot.
Is that not some sort of violation?
He pulled by and immediately I heard Tanya screaming at him for recording and taking pictures of her grandson. Jake went to him in the road. Tanya went to him in the road.
My son was over here. He whips out his phone, starts recording right here. I don't want my son being on video anyways. Then he pulls up over here. It is against the law to record anyone under 12 years old on your phone without the parents' consent. I say, hey, homeboy, you need to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but hang on, let's not skip past. How did it happen where he stopped and y'all started communicating in person? That's what I'm asking.
That's the
was
point.
yelling at him.
Because
He
she said,
stopped and got out, and we were still
yeah, he
here.
pulled up over here, and then when I said, she started yelling, I said, hey, homeboy, you need to just leave, get up out here. Something.
And it said, don't threaten me, don't threaten me. And he cannot sit there and look at him. He cannot sit there and call that, say I'm defamation of character after all the stuff he's put on video.
Right.
Last month, because in September.
So you know, Taylor went past here 5 fucking times, and all of a sudden he shows up going towards Taylor's house.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's all Google, bro. Like, it's not the law.
This is ridiculous that he gets to harass us like this, though.
He's a
So
public
I can
place.
sit in front of his house and record all the way down his. He got out of his vehicle.
Well,
He's sitting in one spot.
but I mean,
I would get the fuck out. He
But
doesn't
the
defamate
point is-
anybody, but he wants to get me on defamation.
Yeah, that's not.
Son wants to come apologize. She wants to come apologize.
I'll go ask. I'll be right back. I was told to come ask you a question for him. What? Please do not yell at me.
Just say it. It's probably something stupid.
Would you like to give him an apology for this circumstance today?
No, I would.
Watchdog News Network.
What's up, Watchdogs? Today's episode is brought to you by Pure, Unfiltered, Small Town Delusion. On January 7th, 2026, yours truly was minding my own business in Coolidge, Texas, after receiving multiple videos of sheriff's deputies and constables scrambling around trying to serve a warrant. You know, actual police work. So I'm driving down 6th Street, about to make a simple U-turn, when suddenly, bam, I'm spotted in the wild by the self-appointed Hall Monitor of Coolidge, the one, the only, Tanya Bruckner. And folks, once she locks eyes on me, reality leaves the building. Wild accusations start flying. I pulled over to record, or at least I thought I was recording, when the unhinged queen of Coolidge storms out, demanding that someone stop me in the road because, get this, I don't have a valid driver's license. Spoiler alert, that's a lie, a big one. But why stop there when you can stir the pot like it's a Karen chili cook-off? Next thing you know, city employees are scrambling, the chief of police gets summoned, and suddenly I'm the problem because the mayor said so. This wasn't leadership. This wasn't professionalism. This was weaponized gossip with a badge-adjacent attitude. You're going to hear accusations about recording children that never happened, claims about laws that don't exist, and a whole lot of yelling meant to distract from one simple truth. The story kept changing because the facts never supported it. Before we dive into this absolute circus, where lies are spoken out loud, false statements are spread freely, and accountability is nowhere to be found, do me a favor. Smash that like button. Drop a comment. I read them all. Share this everywhere. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook for real-time updates. Because what you're about to see isn't just embarrassing. It's a case study in how power, ego, and entitlement collide in a town that desperately needs sunlight. This is BZWATCHDOG News Network. Let's roll the tape.
Whipped out a video of my son right here.
He's taking pictures and rolling. This is ridiculous. I have had enough of this man. And he keeps saying Jake's threatening him. He's walking into Jake,
Can you
I'm
lower
not
your
having
voice,
this.
ma'am?
No, I fucking won't. You don't when you edit
bro.
my pictures.
Get my kid off your phone, pervert.
First off, I never recorded your kid.
Get my grandchildren off of your phone.
The only person on my phone's the dumbass that just walked away like an idiot.
Is that not some sort of violation? He can sit here and call me a dumbass.
What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Bro, I can.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna record it. Don't worry.
I don't
Can you
care.
get her to stop yelling something?
Hey, let's what's going on?
Okay, so I came.
Whipped out a video of my son right here.
He's taking pictures and rolling. This is ridiculous. I have had enough of this man. And he keeps saying Jake's threatening him. He's walking into Jake.
Can you
I'm
lower
not
your
having
voice,
this.
ma'am?
No, I fucking won't. You don't when you
kids,
edit
bro.
my pictures.
Get my kid off your phone, pervert.
First off, I never recorded your kid.
Get my grandchildren off of your phone.
The only person on my phone's the dumbass that just walked away like an idiot.
Is that not some sort of violation? He can sit here and call me a dumbass.
What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Bro, I can.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna record it. Don't worry.
I don't
Can you
care.
get her to stop yelling something?
Hey, let's what's going on?
Okay, so I came here for this scene. I made a U-turn.
Okay.
No footage, nothing rolling.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, she's screaming at the side of the road, and I see it's Tanya, so I pull over. I get out of the car, I'm like, what are you screaming at? She starts screaming, so I start recording.
What was she screaming about?
I don't know, dude. She was hiding for some reason, she didn't want to get caught on camera.
Right.
I don't know what was going on over here, I just saw the public works stuff.
Okay.
So I jumped out, and then she's accusing me of recording her grandchild. I didn't even see a kid out here. There might have been, I don't know, but I didn't see a kid, and I wasn't recording until I got out of the car, and she started yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
And then they said, call. I said, good, call Pledger.
Okay.
I said, call him. I said, in fact, there's cops right there, call him.
Yeah.
I'm here for that scene.
Yeah.
She started acting.
Yeah.
So then now she's still over here saying, I saw that video, calling me all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
The only person rational over here are Christina, the gentleman with the ski cap and the blue hat.
Yeah.
Her relative got in my face, told me get on, and started threatening.
Okay.
So I've got this on video.
When you say threatening, like what was said?
Get on out of here and get up in my face, and it's about,
Anybody threaten to hurt you? Did they
I
threaten
mean,
to
I'd have
inflict
Here,
injury?
I'm going to turn this off real quick.
Yeah.
I'll play it back.
I'm recording too. Listen.
I'll play it back. Because I didn't even know she was even here. And then she's telling me I was told I can't be here. What the fuck?
So when you stopped to get out, you stopped to talk to her? Or did you stopped to,
She started screaming, so I pulled over because I thought maybe they were hollering at me. So I got out, what's going on? And then she just started acting a fool.
Right.
So.
And the reason I asked, like, what did they say that was threatening? Because I mean, it depends.
He got in my face, told me to
like,
get on. He aggressed toward me and was in my face like this.
Okay.
And then he said.
And was that in the road or was that in the grass? Where
This
was
is
that
right. This is right here. I'm going to turn right here. Around here.
Okay.
But you see where that gas pole is?
Yeah.
It's on this side of the pole right here on the dirt. Right up where the glove was.
Okay, so like it wasn't like they pursued you in the street or anything like that.
No, I came on like, what's going on?
Okay.
And then they aggressed towards me.
Okay. So they stayed on the curtilage then, I guess, of it. Okay.
See, you hear it still going on?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what her issue is.
Okay. I just want to make sure nobody threatened to like physically hurt you or nothing. I mean, does that make sense?
I was
Like,
trying to get. I don't know if I've got.
I understand the aggressive nature. Like, I get that.
For some
but
reason, I guess
It's how it's perceived
I
by
guess I
person,
missed the
I understand.
recording. To be honest with you, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
The
Just-
bottom line is, I told him to call you.
Yeah.
She was acting like a nut. I don't know why she got triggered and such. I came over here to record this.
Yeah. Hey, Christina.
Sir?
So what happened?
I have no idea. He just showed up, pulled by, started.
All right, how did all this start?
He pulled by, and immediately I heard Tanya screaming at him for recording and taking pictures of her grandson. I was immediately screamed at, told to call you. I was trying to keep her back away from him, trying to keep Jake back away from him. I was calling you, telling you to get your ass down here as quick as possible. I stood in between.
So did anybody touch anybody? Did anybody
No.
threaten to hurt anybody? Was there any physical?
No, there was verbal. That was
Right.
it.
So did he come in the yard? Did they go out to him in the middle of the road?
Jake
What
went to him in the road. Tanya went to him in the road.
But what happened in the road?
He stood right there. Right here where the
But they walked up to him,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so
He did come from his car to where
Sure.
he was standing where you saw him. I kept pulling them back, telling them, no, y'all need to stay back here. We need to be more professional. Y'all need to stop. Let Pledger get here.
Yeah.
and they were just screaming.
So
and
when
yelling.
Jake went to him in the road, was he aggressive? Did he threaten to hurt him?
I did not hear him threaten to hurt him, other than he said, "You will quit recording my son right now."
Excuse me, it's brass and plastic.
Then rubber.
All right, I'll let you back there.
Yes.
That's all I need to know.
Hold on. The rubber.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say,
Okay.
Get over here, Norman.
where is he? Oh, he stopped right there.
So what happened?
No, come here.
Well,
He's getting out.
my son was over here. He whips out his phone, starts recording right here. I don't like my son being on video anyways. Then he pulls up over here.
And I fully understand and respect that, but it is not against the law to drive down a public road and record.
It is against the law to record anyone under 12 years old on your phone without the parents' consent. I've
Pub-
already looked it up.
Listen, a public road is a public road. Now nobody can step onto your property.
He's agitating us.
And
I
I understand
got,
that.
I flipped out. I know I did. But
And
he
hang
also
on, hang on.
told Jake, going, step away from me. Don't walk into me. I'll get you.
So-
but he knows the
So I
angles,
don't have-
so
I can't
he's
sell it.
acting like,
All I'm saying is, it is not there on a public roadway in a public place, the city park, a public place, a library. Now, whoever's in charge of a library can tell them to leave. Does that make sense? But it is not against the
So
law.
he can record my kid and have it on his phone.
Anybody can record on a public roadway in a public place, and
Right.
however they
I
want.
get, I get what you're saying. I'm asking you. He's allowed to record my 7-year-old.
If they happen to be outside and they get
but he
caught in the
wasn't
frame,
out, he pulled
But you understand what I'm saying?
People
Yes,
into
I
a next yard
understand.
over there.
I'm understanding. But
So-
he pulled in and then got his camera out at my son. I have an extreme problem with that. He pulls over here. At this time, there's some argument going on. I say, "Hey, homeboy, you need to leave." You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but hang on, let's not skip past. How did it happen where he stopped and y'all started communicating in person? That's what I'm
Because
asking.
I
that's the
was
part.
yelling at him.
Because
So did anybody
And he's
step in the
going
middle of the
to protect
road?
his
Or
No.
anything like that? Okay.
no.
No, he
She
stopped
said,
and got out, and we were still
yeah, he
here.
pulled up over here, and then when I said she started yelling, I said, "Hey, homeboy, you need to just leave, get up out here." He said, "Oh, who are you?" And then started stepping into me. So at that point, I feel like I got something.
And it said, "Don't threaten me, don't threaten me."
At that point,
He was in that driveway, and
and that's facing my child.
Well, did he turn around and come back, or what did
Yes,
he do?
he pulled into the driveway, turned around, and then came back.
That's
Yeah.
when she started yelling at him.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, if they came down to turn around and go back, that's still a public
But he
roadway.
stopped.
You know what I mean?
And he
So-
cannot sit there and look at him. He cannot sit there and call that, say I'm defamation of character after all the stuff he's put on video.
Right. So his license is valid. It got renewed last month.
Oh, last month because in
Okay.
September.
Last
he
month or the
was.
month before that, I don't remember what it was, but
Good job.
It-
Got your license
it is active. Okay, so the thing is, it's not against law to record from a roadway, right? It's no different. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example.
Stop harassing
Okay,
us.
so if
I'm
my
gonna give you an
kid is put
example.
on Facebook, if I did something,
I'm gonna give you an
It's
example.
gonna be
If
against
you're
my
driving down
road.
the road looking at Christmas lights and you're recording, it's no different. Okay, if you're driving down the road and you see a house for sale and you want to take pictures of it, it's no different.
yeah, but there ain't kids in the
But
picture.
it doesn't matter. It's a public place, and a public roadway is public. Anybody can do
Children
this.
should not.
Even if he started the recording pulled into a private property.
Now, there is a law that you shouldn't be holding your phone, right? It should be on a cradle or something like that. Now, I mean, it's not like I can prove that. Does that make sense? So, but I mean, because that is a crime. You're not allowed to use your cell phone while you drive, right?
Or just so you know, Taylor went past here 5 fucking times, and all of a sudden he shows up going towards Taylor's house.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, Mookie made a public post about the standoff
that.
situation. So I'm sure that's why he's here.
Well,
He says he was here to
should be
record the
talked
thing.
to, too, because he should
Okay,
not
so-
be drawing people to the scenes.
Well, it was after everything was over.
I said, can you record a child from a public road? If you're in public, no. If you are on private property, you're allowed. You have reasonable expectation of privacy. No, you are in private and have.
And he's on his
responsible-
aunt's
But it's
show.
also Google, bro. Like, it's
still-
not the
But this
law. What
What
I'm
you
trying to
mean?
tell you
That's
is,
from lawyers.
if somebody is standing at your house doing this, right, and it's not a scene that got created, that's different. That's borderline harassment, stalking. What I'm saying is,
So because
somebody
there was a
driving
scene-
down a public roadway, right? Like how people put the cameras in their dashes all the time. They sell them at Walmart. You understand what I'm saying? But you understand what I'm saying, right? You can do that.
I get it, but it just don't make
So,
sense.
but
why you can record children.
what I'm getting
Like,
at
that's not-
is You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't care about this though. He can record me all he wants.
Yeah.
I don't like that he put my kid on the video.
But I mean, how did he pull your kid on the video is what I'm asking.
Because he
Because
was
when
on
my
that
son
side
was
when
right
he was
there and he
videoing,
whipped out
and he
the
went
video.
past
Yeah.
with the camera.
With the camera as he's driving from here to here, and my son standing out there helping them with the water.
And after all the harassment, we do not need
prime
my
example,
grandchild
Google
on
Earth.
there.
There's cars that drive around with cameras all over them and take pictures. That's how you get street view and all that. Like, if a kid happens to be in a yard, they didn't commit a crime. Right? You understand what I'm saying?
And trying to press charges on you for not having a camera.
Who, me?
Yeah, he's
I do have my camera on. It's rolling right now. So, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
there's a difference there. Like, if somebody is intentionally standing at your property and recording,
This is
Right.
ridiculous that he gets to harass us like this.
So what are we allowed to do?
so, well, I mean,
Just not do nothing, let him
no,
record us?
but I mean, anybody can record anybody from a public place, right? Like, from a public place. Like, a roadway is a public
So
place.
I can sit in front of his house and record all the way down his
I
driveway.
wouldn't sit.
And attach it. And if I
That's
do
what I
this
just said,
every
was I
day-
wouldn't sit.
He got out of his vehicle.
He got out of
Yeah.
his vehicle.
Well,
He's sitting in one spot.
but I mean, if you were driving down the road and somebody started screaming at you from the side of a road, you would probably stop too. Am I correct?
No, I would get the fuck out.
But that's my point. Like
Okay, so pretty much nothing.
Well,
can
and
be
he hasn't
done
drove me
there.
to this at all.
that,
With the
and I
lies that
understand
he
that,
posts.
and
But
I
that's not legal. You can't.
understand
Yeah,
that.
not
no.
fair.
He
But
doesn't
the
defamate
point is-
anybody, but he wants to get me on defamation.
Yeah, that's not legal.
Like, the point is, if you went on your Facebook page and bashed him, you're allowed to do that too, right? Just like he does. But
Oh, I'm not allowed to do anything.
But you
I'm not
understand,
asking.
But you understand my point, though. Like, it's where the lines are, is what I'm saying.
Right, he's walking the line. So
Right.
You can't do nothing.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, it would be normal for anybody if they're driving down the road and
Well,
somebody
go
runs
tell him
out,
you'll buy him lunch
somebody-
and he can sit there and fucking record all day.
and somebody comes and starts screaming at your car. You're going to stop and see what's going on. Am I right?
No.
Well, most people would.
If
Okay.
I'm
someone's
sorry, I
screaming
get
at
tired
you,
of
you
harassment
try
since
to
September.
Get
So-
out of the situation.
It's January. He has
It's
proven
more-
nothing.
Well,
I have done nothing.
I presume.
And this is ridiculous.
I presume he would show up because Mookie made a live video about it.
So why did he come all the way down here?
Because the scene's right there. He didn't know where he can go and can't go. There's sheriff's blocking the road.
So he probably went to ask Taylor.
So he's just driving around recording the scene.
I said possibly.
Does that make sense? Like, I mean, the same thing you could do or anybody else could do.
Okay, well, we can't do nothing, and
But-
that's fine.
Okay, so can he leave?
You know, but my
Yeah.
kid
No.
ends up on
He
it.
can leave, but he won't.
So,
But we can't force him to leave.
Thanks,
all right,
Leslie.
all right.
And we
I'll
can't
talk to y'all
force
more.
him to leave. We can't do anything. He's allowed to sit there.
All right. So my camera's been on the whole time.
Okay.
So it's my in car, and it all links to my in car. But I pretty much explained it. There's nothing wrong with you driving down the road and recording video.
I wasn't even
Like,
recording.
well, I don't know. Even if you were driving down the road, if you had a cradle and you're recording, and I'm trying to explain to them that you can record driving down a public road in a public place. You're allowed to do that. Anybody is. It's a public place. Now, by law, you're not supposed to be holding your phone when you do it. They didn't say whether you're holding it or not holding it. I don't know. But
What are they trying to
they were
find?
asking why you came in here and turned around where there's only driveway. I was like, well, the road dead ends. You can turn around and go back.
Where am I supposed to go? Drive through someone's property to over a fence and out the other way?
Their point was you're not allowed to record kids under 12, and I'm like, well, hold on, there's a difference. If there's kids out here and somebody's standing at the edge of your property and clearly recording your children, that's a different thing. Like, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
A public place is a public place. Like, if your kids had one, why are your kids by the road?
Had she not been yelling to stop my car for a
Well,
driver's license,
in that situation,
I would have never stopped.
That's just what you got brought up, and I made sure that she knew that your license was active. Okay, Is
she gonna at least come apologize?
Do you think that's probably gonna happen?
It would show a bigger person now that she's been educated because
Yeah,
she's got
I-
wrong information. Hey,
I would
listen,
probably
I
say
always
that
like to
that's
give-
probably not gonna
look,
happen.
I like to give people an opportunity.
If you want to go ask, I'll ask.
I like to give people an opportunity.
Yeah, if you would let me go ask, I'll ask. But I don't think that's probably gonna happen.
The one thing I'm not going to do is be bullied. You know that about me,
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
be fucking bullied. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand. I don't care if there's 20 people ready to whoop my ass out here. I am not going to. I'll take the ass whooping. I'm not standing down.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not going to
Yeah.
run like a little bitch. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I don't know
The
exactly.
fact that it's a mayor's son.
Yeah.
It's just going to get thrown out anyways.
Well, no. What I would do is I would
Municipal
send it.
judge.
I'd send it for
Justice
review.
peace,
Well,
JP.
no, I would file it with the county.
But,
Anytime there's a conflict of interest, I'm not like that. I'm going to file it where
but bottom
it's going
line
to be
is,
just.
like I said, and you know I don't bullshit.
Sure.
I'm all about facts. If
Sure.
people can speculate all they want once I put it out there, but that's their own opinion.
Right.
I drove past here. I didn't even see Tanya because she was on that side of the truck.
Right.
I drove past, said shit. I wasn't gonna drive up into Taylor's property, so I just stopped at the driveway right there because I saw that the police units were over here.
Right.
And there was no place for me to really turn around.
So, well, yeah, I mean, you're on a public roadway, you know.
So I used their driveway over there, the other house, whoever that is over there. I used the driveway for about probably enough, just maybe where the front end was past the mailbox, just to make a U-turn and went back this way. And as I was going, I noticed Tanya had run to this side of the thing, and then I was like, "Oh, she's out here doing something." I said, "I ain't got time." I told myself, "I ain't got time for this. I'm gonna go over here and film whatever's going on because that's why I was here. I wasn't here for this. I was here for this."
Yeah. So just for fair warning, I'll start calling Axon and find it out. But if you're gonna request a video, I got to make sure I have redaction software. If I don't, I got to find out. I know I have the capability, but I don't know if we paid for it.
You have Axon?
Yeah.
The only two people that were acting it up was the dude in the orange. I don't even know his name, but the mayor's son, and Tanya. And Tanya's the one that sparked that whole fiasco. She lit the fire, and then she lit the gas on the fire with her son.
Okay. I don't know how they came out. I talked to Christina about it, and
You talked to who about it?
Christina about it. The other guys are in the hole right now. I'm not going to bother them. I'm trying to fix water leak. But I talked to her about it. She said pretty much the same thing, that she started screaming when you drove by, et cetera, et cetera, and then
because I don't know why. I don't think she knew why Tanya was screaming for me to stop. She was trying to get Christina to stop me in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Christina, and I don't even know why she got her arm in this thing, but she was like, Christina was like over here, and Tanya was yelling, and I was starting to pass by, but she was yelling to stop me.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I hope she doesn't try to jump in front of the car as I'm.
Right.
I said, her arm's already in a sling.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
well, we're not allowed to do that. That's
next thing I know, that's an unlawful detention. It's kidnapping.
Well, you're not going to get that. But I mean,
that's kind of hard.
They'll get obstruction of roadway.
But as far as so I pulled right here and I jumped down. I said, "What is the problem?" He doesn't have a license. What are you talking about? And I'm like, "I'll show you the license right now. I have a license." And then she started going off, and then that's when he aggressively got in my face.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You get," just like, I mean, it wasn't even this close. If it was if it was like this, I wouldn't be too worried about it. But he was like, in my face.
Yeah.
I mean, I know nothing's gonna happen, so there's no point. And
I mean, right now it's just verbal at this point. But I mean, the best thing to do is just keep doing what you're doing. Just
it's gone now. There's a reason. I mean, I don't know if that was just a purpose distraction to get me away from that. Because sometimes people do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I assumed you're probably going to come just because Mookie made his live post and all that other stuff. But
I had a few other people send it to me, and then I got word that ICE was in town. That was kind of like a bigger deal.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to come check things out.
Or you want to stop and take a picture of a house, if there happens to be a kid next door and they walk into your frame, that's not illegal. I mean,
I don't know why they're making it about kid. I wasn't even recording. That's the fucking crazy part. I mean, but she didn't. What's funny is she's trying to bring up the kid thing. But why was it about the license first?
I don't know.
See, that's to me, it sounds like she's shifting the reason to find a reason. So I don't know what her issue is, but she's got to go at this point. Now I'm really focused on her.
I know it just recently got renewed. Like it was like last month, a month before that, or something. I don't know. Whenever your license, whenever I entered it all, it tells me when it was issued and all that.
Oh, in August, yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was like September.
I had to go down to. I had to get it handled down.
Yeah.
Whenever
I run the stuff, like, and that's what I told her. I said, no, it was like, I know for sure it's active because I just entered it all. Like, I mean, and I check all that whenever I enter somebody.
And you don't think I'm running with valid play? Dude, trust me, I deal with law enforcement so much.
I don't know why she would think that it was inactive though.
Don't even know where she got. I've never even had anybody ever accuse me of that.
I don't know. That's weird.
This is what happens when you believe shit on the internet, dude.
But then again, it goes back to how people talk. Yeah. Like I knew it was active whenever I entered it. And I knew it was just renewed, but because it says everything on there, it says
I'm sure you pulled up my criminal history too. I'm sure you saw.
Well, no, I don't run CCHs unless I'm doing an investigation on somebody.
But I mean, at this point, I am the subject at this point, according to her.
Yeah, but there's no criminal offense here for me to run a CCH, I can't even run CCHs in there. I have to call the county for that. So
yeah, she's a fucking nut, bro. I heard some rumors.
Yeah.
But I told people unless they got it on video, man, I got an audio of her saying the N-word on a voice machine, and Brad saying Mexicans, effing Mexicans, on the same voice machine. So now she's giving me more ammo to put that video. I really didn't want to put that out.
Yeah, so
she can't just.
I'd heard about all that, and I asked her about it, and it was Suppose it was a butt dial,
she
and there was
butt
a
dialed,
song playing, and then they were talking about it or
No,
whatever. I don't know.
There's no music. It's her and Brad having a conversation. But you could tell it was a butt dial.
Yeah.
That part of it, obvious, because who the hell would say that on a voicemail? You know what I mean? As I was passing by, so I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So, someone screaming, like you said, you can stop, find out what's going on. But when I heard the accusation of no license,
I don't know.
You smoking, chick.
I don't know, but I know it's current. I told her that. I said, I just ran it. I know it's current.
What about the rumor that her husband supposedly followed me home one night?
I've never even heard that. I don't know anything
You ever
about
heard that rumor? Well, he went to the wrong house, according to the description that he gave.
I've never even heard
So I don't know who he
about
followed
that.
to the house, but he needs to be careful who he follows home.
Yeah, I mean, I can ask her.
I know you can't force her. You can ask her. If her son wants to come apologize, if she wants to come apologize, because they put Christina in the middle of this shit.
Right.
Trying to stop me for a false accusation.
Yeah.
And she's not a cop. Poor Christina's got one arm.
I'll go ask. I'll be right back.
Is he leaving?
He's about to. Hey, come here.
Well, I need to know. So
I was told to come ask you a question for him. What? Please do not yell at me.
Just say it. It's probably something stupid.
Would you like to give him an apology for this circumstance today?
No, I would not. I would like him to stop harassing me.
Okay. I'll relay that.
I mean, it's been going on since September.
Okay.
September and nothing has been proven.
Okay.
I've got a policy to provide imaging pieces.
I'm guessing that's a no.
That's a no.
Okay.
That's a no.
Well, I can tell that by the answer. I'm sorry I had to have you subjected to that.
Yeah, no worries.
I figured she'd be a little bit more calm or reasonable. She claims about her image. Well, guess what? Her image is on public domain, just like mine is. Mine was obviously used.
Yeah.
You're a public figure. I didn't do anything deceiving. It was also altered, so it wasn't exactly her. And let's see. All that nasty shit she said on her Facebook about me. I guess it's only one-sided.
I don't even know.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I
guess it's only one-sided, right? Well, yeah. When I commented on the shit she bashed me on, she blocked me. So if you're gonna sit here and cry, it's two-way street.
Yeah.
Whatever you're crying about me, it goes same for you. There is no specialty, and that's the problem I have with her being the mayor is she wants to claim that everybody's out to get her, but yet I see after today. The real Tanya came out today, so I got a little preview of that. I just wish I had that on video.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would have made a great video.
Yeah.
Trust me, I wish I would have had that on there.
Yeah.
But no, man. Like I said, you see what I do. So what do you got left here?
No, then I'm just gonna go. They're just waiting for you to leave.
They realize I don't have to leave, right?
I don't know whose driveway this is, but I would just stay on the roadway. Tell them what's up.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like when you're driving. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
You just
That's what they're waiting for.
Well, you can let them know that if I don't feel like leaving, I don't have to leave. So you can wait here all day long. You get paid regardless.
Yeah.
But if she wouldn't have opened her mouth, I wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah.
So she's really got to blame herself for this fiasco.
Right.
And this is going to come out of the next city council, regardless if they try to stop me or whatever from coming to the next city council.
No, nobody can stop you from coming to me. Like,
and just like here only because this lady in this house got upset that she would park where you're at.
Yeah. I'm about to move.
That's why I moved the vehicle.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm about to go.
She asked me if you were the person. No,
Did she need out or something?
No, she was trying to get in.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I could have moved
I
it.
told her, hey,
Yeah.
if the mayor wasn't acting like a nut and calling the police for no reason, then you wouldn't be here blocking the damn roadway. So.
Yeah.
But you're on official business. Not like you just drove and just parked it for.
Yeah.
But that's what I tried to explain to her. I said I moved so you could.
Yeah.
So she seemed cool, but I just wanted to let you know in case there is another issue. It wasn't your fault.
Oh, well, thank you. All right, I'm gonna let them know I'm leaving.
I didn't mean to yell at you.
No, you're good. He's gonna go for now, and then I'm gonna go, and then. So he
I'm gonna walk you around the truck.
you might as well just wait a minute. Well, he's gonna get a copy of the video, so it doesn't matter.
He's what?
He's gonna open records request video.
That video?
So now I gotta get redaction software. Don't know how much that costs.
How can you open that?
So,
If you don't mind me asking.
do what?
How can you get the?
You can request it.
Somebody
It's open
needs
records.
to do something.
Because
This
there's
is
redaction
bullshit.
software,
He
and we
stop
can
and
we
harass
can.
me.
He's talking. I'm asking.
But he can. Why can't he stop and harass me? But I can't go and harass him.
Just calm down and wait.
So
September's a lot.
so
It's a lot.
just
Stop.
so I'm gonna go here in a minute, and then.
Yeah.
But anyway, everything was explained to him. He's gonna go. Yeah. So
Can I press charges?
for what? Everything was a verbal argument.
Until he stopped. He didn't have to stop.
He's getting screamed at from the side of the road.
Because he's video.
Like, how do you?
Just stop.
There was no verbal threat from either side. There was no.
It's getting really ridiculous. And that's the first time I've attacked that man. I've never went after him.
I know.
I know I didn't attack him. But
Okay, I'm
still,
gonna go.
That's the first time I've
I'm
done that.
gonna go.
He's gonna go. Okay.
All right, watchdogs. That's exactly how a bully tries to rule her little kingdom. What you just watched was not leadership. That was a power trip. Served hot with a side of ego and a whole lot of, do you know who I am energy. Let's recap this mess. It started with false allegations. First it was, he doesn't have a valid driver's license, which was flat out false. Then when that didn't stick, the story magically shifted to, he's recording kids and it's against the law. While folks are out here confidently quoting laws that don't exist, like they're reading the Constitution off a Facebook meme. And the entire time, it's yelling, finger pointing, and trying to stir the crowd up like a mob. Because intimidation is the only tool left when facts aren't on your side. And here's what really stands out. The witness statements. I've got statements from workers who seemed coached, people giving opinions about what happened when they didn't even see it, because they were down in a hole working when this started. And what about the mayor's son, Jake, who didn't see anything until after I was out of the vehicle, but somehow ends up part of the story anyway? What about that little kid that was supposedly out there around the public works hole? So now we've got several statements built on Tanya's version of events, not on what anyone actually witnessed. That's not testimony. That's story time. And it looks like the script was handed out in advance. This is what it looks like when public office gets used for retaliation. This is what it looks like when someone tries to weaponize authority to punish speech they don't like. First, it's false allegations, intimidation, retaliation, abuse of office, and then official oppression. And if you're thinking, BZ, that's serious. Yeah, it is. Because when government power gets used like a personal hammer, everybody's rights are on the chopping block. Now, here's where it gets real interesting. I've talked to the chief of police. I'm told criminal charges have been forwarded to the district attorney and the Texas Ranger. So we'll see what happens next. Because in the real world, you don't get to scream, crime, every time your feelings get hurt. You don't get to call in the troops every time someone dares to exist near your zip code. And you damn sure don't get to run a city like it's your personal HOA dictatorship. Now, if you want to support the channel and help me keep the pressure on, pick up some merch, drop a donation, or become a channel member. And if you want to redress your grievances, the City of Coolidge, Texas contact info will be down below. Because accountability doesn't happen in silence. It happens when people start putting it in writing. Now, do what you always do, watchdogs. Smash that like button, drop a comment or two, share this everywhere, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook for real-time updates. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. I'm your boy BZWATCHDOG, and I'll see you in the next video.
Freedom of Information Act. FOIA. Watchdog News Network. BZ Watchdog News Network. BZ Watchdog.